Happy spring. That's what we were talking about if you hopped on, right? It's the official, right? We've sprung. Woo, yay. So Paige is our guest speaker tonight. She is going to drop some knowledge specifically leaning into just how to lock in that success club, how to be moving your business forward and really just going for it, right? You've made the decision. I'm going to be a successful Beachbody coach. There's roadblocks. She's going to talk through that. You read her stats. She's an elite coach. She is like Success Club 40 plus, and she's a total badass, amazing. And we met in our central region, Paige, and on like our weekly corporate calls. And me and her just clicked in this, like, because people be like, we're like, okay, so this is the nitty. So she's like that and just gonna be awesome. So have your notepad and pen ready to go. She'll throw in some nuggets. So Paige, take it away.
I am so excited to talk to you guys tonight because this stuff fuels my fire probably more than anything. When I get to talk to other teams specifically, it's just so exciting to me. I was just talking on my story right before I came on. This is the best part about Beachbody, like that we're all here, that we have this connection and we would have never met otherwise. I just love, love, love that about what we get to do. So like Genevieve said, I'm Paige. I have a 6-month-old. I have a husband. I've been coaching for almost 4 years now, and I've hit Success Club every single month of my business, every single month without fail, okay? Not only that, but it's been Success Club 10 every single month, minus 1 month, and I'm still mad about it. I'm so mad. It's the month my son was born. So I'll take it. I hit Success Club 8, but I was pissed. Like that last night, I was trying like, why have I waited till it was like the 31st of the month? I was like, why have I waited until right now to try to sell my last challenge pack? And I didn't do it. And it's fine. It's whatever. But I want to talk about hitting Success Club, and specifically because Success Club has gotten harder. And that's kind of why we decided to speak on each other's calls, because it is work. I'm going to be very honest with you. I have worked harder for Success Club in the last 6 months than I have ever in my business, okay? I have been the girl that hit Success Club 20 plus most months. In the last 6 months, I've barely snuck out like Success Club 10 to 16 most of the months. And I'm working hard. It's not for lack of hard work. But what I really think is happening is social media is changing. People are tired of bull crap. People don't just want to watch you just to watch you anymore. They're not watching you because they're bored like they used to, especially right now. We're coming out of quarantine. We're coming out of the pandemic. And I think people in general want to be off their phones. I don't think people want to sit and watch stories. I don't really think people want to sit and scroll. So you need to be adding value. I think that's really where the heart of this comes from. So I have a presentation because otherwise I will be all over the place, and I want to make sure that I use your time wisely. I don't actually know. Oh, is it sharing? We're sharing. Okay. Okay. So the secret hitting Success Club is what I titled this, but you're going to find that it's not necessarily a secret. And the longer I've been in this business, the more I recognize there is nobody doing anything that different than from what I'm doing. There really isn't a secret. It all goes back to the basics. But what I want to talk about tonight is the 4 vital behaviors, but not just doing the 4 vital behaviors. We're past that, okay? You can't just like mindlessly do the things that you've always done. There has to be intention behind your 4 vital behaviors. And I truly don't think that's always been the case, especially last March. I'm telling you, it was easy peasy to hit Success Club last March through August even. People needed what we had to offer. And I'm not going to say that they don't need it anymore, but we have a ton of competition. We have so much competition out there right now that we've never had before. But guess what? That's a good thing. Competition makes us level up. And we do have the best solution for people who want to be healthy from home. Hands down. That's not a question. We have the best. Okay? All right. So let's chat, okay? First thing, you've got to get results. And I want to ask you, I know you're doing a program. If you're not doing a program, I don't really know why you're here, but Surely every single one of you are in a program right now. And I want to ask you, are you enjoying it? What program are you doing? Are you excited every single day when you wake up and you press play? Are you enjoying your 30 minutes? Are you having fun with it, or are you dragging? It is worth it to pick a program that you love. Okay, let me just give you a little example. And I want to give you full permission right now to tell you, for example, Shaun T's Let's Get Up is coming out. If you do not feel excited about that, do not do it. Don't do it, okay? Last year when Barr came out, I knew in my gut that Barr was not going to be my program, and I was pregnant. I had just found out I was pregnant, but I was like, okay, launches are great. I've got to do a launch. We always do well with launches, and I did not do well with that launch because I hated it. It came through. I was not excited about Barr. I was trying to be excited about Barr, and guess what? I quit Barr. Like not even halfway through, I quit. So you need to be enjoying. You're not just going through the motions of pressing play and completing a program, because that literally doesn't matter. Anybody can press play and complete a program, but are you enjoying it? Are you showing people that fitness can be fun and enjoyable? Because guess what? If people don't enjoy what they're doing, they're not going to get results. We know that. If we don't enjoy it, we quit. The second thing is, are you being authentic to your journey? You're going to notice that I give tons of examples because that's the best way I know to teach. So the last 6 months, I just had a baby 6 months ago, okay? The last 6 months, I have wanted to take care of myself, but I'm going to be really honest with you. I have not wanted to go all in, because if any of you have babies, you know it is hard. It is hard to go all in right after having a baby for a million different reasons. And I was honest about that. For the last 6 months, I've been saying, I'm doing my workouts and I'm loving them. And I'm doing it more for my mental health than anything. That's where my head was. I wasn't trying to fake it. I wasn't trying to say I'm going all in when I knew in my gut I wasn't doing that. To be honest, I haven't even followed a meal plan to a T since before I was pregnant. And guess what? My followers know that. They can see that. I'm not trying to hide that because I want to be authentic to what I'm doing. But at 6 months postpartum, my whole thing, I'm doing MBF starting tomorrow. I've been able to share I am going all in tomorrow for the first time in over a year. The more authentic you can be, the more excited you are about what you're offering, and people can feel that and they know that. If you're putting one thing on your social media, but when you're off social media, you're doing something different, you can't lie. It's going to come across one way or another, and it's going to impact your business. You have to be authentic to your journey. A second example here is I can remember watching my coach, her name is Megan, throughout her pregnancy, and I was so inspired. She was the first person I ever saw go all in with programs during pregnancy, and her whole thing was pregnant, not powerless. And I can remember watching her feeling so inspired and thinking, yes, I'm going to do the same thing. When I get pregnant, I'm going to go all in. I'm going to have that same exact motto. And when I started, I just couldn't. Like, I started thinking that way and trying to post that way, and it was like it slapped me in the face. Like, no, that is not how I feel. I felt so insecure during my pregnancy for the first, 30 weeks, because I was one of those girls who didn't show. I looked like I gained 20 pounds. So I did not feel like I could do the pregnant, not powerless, because I was struggling so much with my body image during pregnancy, which was totally unexpected for me. You cannot try to sell somebody else's message. It is not possible, okay? Be authentic to your journey. And then the third thing is make sure you're showing your results. Obviously physical, okay? If you are doing programs, you have to be getting physical results. You just have to. That's a non-negotiable. But you also have to show your results that are not physical, because lots of things are happening. Lots of things should be changing and transforming in your journey, and you need to show all of them. There is so much power in showing the growth in your mind and your body and your spirit, okay? You have to be showing those things. All right, next is a growth mindset. And if you recognize, these are literally the 4 vital behaviors. I'm just not calling them that because I think that we get kind of calloused to hearing those words. So, growth mindset. okay? I avoided PD for my first complete year, probably, of Beachbody. I did not want to do it. I pushed back. I hate self-help books even still. And I was like, I'm good. I don't need to do that. But here's what happened. I stayed stuck for like the first year of my business. Okay. I was doing well. I was hitting Success Club. I was growing my income, but personally, my physical results were really all that was happening. I wasn't changing and growing. Then, about a year into, or almost a year into my business, I started to go to counseling. And I tell you that because my personal development was counseling for 2 years straight. Your personal development, your professional development does not need to look like everybody else. So you need to ask yourself, what are you struggling with right now? The other day I was listening to one of the best calls, and the girl was talking about PD and how it should be really specific to yourself. And she's like, why would you pick up a book about leadership if your marriage is failing right now? Where are you struggling right now? That is where your PD should be. For me, you know where I'm struggling? Mindless scrolling, no intention when I get on my phones most of the time. So for me, I'm going to share this a little bit later. I have a book that I'll share coming up. But what are you struggling with now? What do you need to do now? Stop copying everybody on your team's PD. Just because somebody else says this is a really great book, that does not mean that book is for you. Also, you're allowed to follow your convictions. If you see a book and you're like, that doesn't sit well with me, like, I don't think I want to read that, don't do it. I remember so clearly when I started, the really popular one was You Are a Badass. And I was like, I don't even know really what that's about, but that does not sit well with me. I don't want to read that. So I didn't. Everybody else was reading it. I didn't want to read it, so I didn't. You should not be doing what everybody else is doing because you are not them. Everybody's personal development and professional development should be so personalized because it's about you. We are not all struggling in the same areas. We do not all have the same strengths and weaknesses. So stop doing what everybody else is doing. And the last thing I'm going to say here is take a break from the national wake-up call. I know that might sound really crazy, but every single time, without fail, I listen to the national wake-up call and I question every single thing I'm doing in my business. Sometimes you need to shut it all out and you need to tunnel vision on what you're doing. You do not have to listen to the national wake-up call every single week if it's stressing you out and if you feel like you're like a hamster on a wheel that can't get off. That's sometimes what it makes me feel like. There are seasons of my business where I want to listen to the national wake-up call and it's helpful, or I see a certain topic and I'm like, yes, I need to listen to that one this week. But you do not have to listen to it every single Monday if it's not doing anything for you. It is not something you have to do to see success in this business. And I can say that confidently because I rarely listen. And I took that control for myself because it does not help me. It just doesn't, unless there's a topic that I want to learn about. So release yourself from the pressure of what everybody else is doing. Entrepreneurs make their own way. Successful people in this business make their own way. You are not everybody else. And the more you try to do that, the more your business is going to stay stuck. I truly, truly believe that. Okay, third thing is be social. Social media is social. Social medias that are growing right now are the people who are actually being social with their followers. Stop worrying about getting more followers and serve the people who are already there. I've heard this analogy so many times, but can you imagine hosting a party at your house and you're so concerned about the party that you're hosting next month that you completely forget about everybody in your house tonight? How would that make everybody there feel? Serve the people who are right in front of you. You do not need a massive following in this business to see success. That's not a thing. Is it helpful? Yeah, it can be helpful, but you need to serve the people who are right in front of you. This means connecting with the people that are there. When you're posting, are you getting comments? And if you are getting comments, are you spending time commenting back? Are you having conversation with people? One of my favorite ways to connect with people is to thank my new followers. The people that follow you today, especially if your bio and if your posting is on point to your message, they are probably your hottest prospects. They followed for a reason. So one of my absolute favorite things to do, and I've gotten a lot of new followers for whatever reason in the last 2 weeks, I reach out to them and I say, thank you so much for following. I hope you find daily inspiration here. And just so you know, I have a group starting a new fitness program next week or whenever it is. Let me know if you ever have questions. And it's such a good message, because those people, they followed for a reason. Those people are probably more open to what you're doing than people who've been around for 3 years watching you and not even interacting with you at all. Those flies on the wall who just watch, they may never commit, and that's okay. But your brand new follower saw your page and she thought, oh, that's interesting, or I like her, or dang, I like her energy. Connect with her. See why she's there. Ask her why she's there. That's one of my favorite questions too, is I'm not just going to send a message and then they respond and we stop there. I want to get to know a new follower. I want to have a conversation with them. I want them to know that I'm a real girl on the other side, interested in having a relationship with them. That's what social media is all about, okay? I also want you to know that every single connection you make is an important one. Every single one. You think, and I'm saying you because this is me too, I'll get a message. Say I get a new sweatshirt, okay? This is an Aerie sweatshirt. I got like 3 of them back in the fall. And people would ask me every single time I wore it where I got it from. And the messages started to get annoying. Like, I don't even want to respond to that. I'm so annoyed. Like, I've answered that question so many times, but listen to me. Every single connection is important. If you can't even respond with enthusiasm or make a connection over something that isn't money making for you, they are not going to trust you to serve them when it comes to their health and fitness. You have to prove to them, and you have to build trust with them day after day. It means a lot to people. I'm sure you've messaged people on Instagram before that never got back with you, and you're annoyed. You're like, okay, well, why are you even here if you're not even going to answer my question? After 3 months of somebody reaching out to you and you genuinely taking the time to respond to things that have nothing to do with coaching, that have nothing to do with your groups, they're finally going to be like, okay, this girl responds all the time. She takes the time to respond to me. She has a genuine connection with me. And the first time they think they're ready to get healthy, guess whose name is going to come to their mind? It's going to be yours. Because you've taken the time to foster that connection, that relationship, you've built the trust. They know that if you're going to answer a question about a silly sweatshirt or your makeup or your dog or whatever, that when they sign up with you, you're also going to take the time to answer them when they ask you about their nutrition plan, or when they message you and say, I don't want to work out today, help me. That is the purpose of building connection with people. You're building trust. You cannot hit Success Club if you are not being social on social media. It's a snapshot of what your challenge group is going to be. That's what it should be. You are building a community on Instagram that really should mirror what your challenge group feels like. They should come to social media and want more connection with you. And that's what leads them to ask you about being in your challenge group. Okay? All right, don't be the kiosk lady. I use this with my team all the time, okay? There are those ladies at the mall who have these straighteners and you're like walking by and they're like, can I straighten your hair? Like they're chopping their straightener at you and you're like obviously no, like I'm power walking to Chick-fil-A. You cannot straighten my hair. It's so annoying, okay? But if you're like me, especially blondes, we have our girl. We have our hair girl that if she tells me I need a product, or if she tells me I need a straightener, or whatever it is that she tells me, I'm getting it. And you want to be that type of person for people on the internet. Don't be a weirdo, okay? If you are cold messaging people and you're trying to invite people to your challenge groups before you've ever even made a connection, you are weird. It feels weird, okay? If they are watching you all the time and they're interacting, that's different. I don't consider that cold at all, okay? You can't just go find somebody random who's never watched your stuff, who doesn't know who the flip you are, and try to send an invite. But if they're creeping on you, I don't consider that cold at all, okay? But you have to build connections with people. the more you build connections, the more normal your invite sounds. And then it becomes a conversation even more than an invite. It doesn't feel icky if you've had a connection, if they know you, if you've had a few conversations about your coffee and your sweatshirt and the way you do your hair. It's going to feel natural then to invite them to be in your group. Okay. And then the last thing I want to say is simplify tracking with this one. I am not a big tracker, but I track what matters. I don't know what you guys do for tracking, but organization of this business stresses me out more than anything because I'm not natural at it. Not at all. I do not have anything fancy. I use the notes on my phone. That's it. I do not track connections. I don't track anything besides people who are genuinely interested. When I have a conversation with somebody and they've asked me questions about my group or coaching, or I've invited them and they seem like they actually would commit eventually, I write their name down in my notes. That's all I do for tracking, okay? That way I know when I'm going to follow up, I'm following up with people who had actual genuine interest. I'm not going to annoy somebody. I'm not going to send an invite and be ghosted and write that person's name down. I don't need to, because if they're going to ghost me, I mean, I might invite them again another time after several weeks of them still creeping on me, but I'm not going to intentionally go back and follow up with them next Friday if they ghosted me. I'm not going to do that. So what I do is I will put either the program, like this month I just put MBF. That was the title of my notes. Every conversation I had that somebody asked me a question or showed genuine interest, I just wrote that person's name down on my notes. Then when they purchase the challenge pack, I put a check mark and that's it, okay? Then in my notes, I have months, previous programs, and when I'm in a pinch or when I'm going to follow up, I'm scrolling back on the notes on my phone and I am following up with those people, okay? There are people who have an organization system much fancier than mine. And to be honest, it probably works better for them. But if your tracking system stresses you so much that you don't want to look at it, that's not a very good tracking system. And that's kind of what it came down for me. I have tried so many different things, you guys. I've tried pen and paper. I've tried like Excel. I hate all of it. It steals the joy right from under me, and I don't want to do it. And if I'm not enjoying it, my business is not moving forward. I've learned that in the last 4 years. So this is simple. This is never going to be something that's featured on the national wake-up call, but it works for me, okay? So figure out what organization system works for you, what organization works for you in other areas of your life. For me, everything's on my notes on my phone because that's easy. If you're a Post-it note girl, do that. A notebook girl, do that. If you want to voice memo yourself, do that. It doesn't matter what everybody else is doing. Do what works for you and what you can keep up. Because guess what? I could probably keep up an Excel thing for like a month, and I've done that. But I'm not going to keep that up forever because I hate it. I click into Excel and I want to have a heart attack because I hate it. I don't like it at all. So notes work for me. Don't care what you do, but you need a tracking system so that you can go and follow up with people who have interest, because otherwise they're going to get lost. All right, get them results. You have to be in love with your groups, okay? If you've been a coach for even a year, even 6 months, you've had groups where you're bored out of your mind and you're like, I don't know what's wrong here, but something has to change. And you have to make a change. When you feel bored, when you don't want to check in, when your group is stagnant, they feel it too. So, and I can't tell you how much this is going to impact your social media and how this is going to impact your inviting and your excitement when you get people into your group. If you know deep down that your group sucks right now, it's going to be hard to genuinely invite people or talk about your group with excitement. But if you have a group where everybody's checking in, everybody's getting results, everybody's encouraging one another, and it's on fire, people are showing up on Zoom and working out together, the energy you bring to your story when you're talking about it, the energy you bring to your invites, it's completely different. And people feel that, okay? Do not be afraid to think outside the box for your challenge groups. If you want to do a text group, I've done that before. It wasn't on any platform. It was a like iPhone text. Okay, we message back and forth every single day. If it's a Marco Polo group, awesome. If you want to do spirit groups, cool. If you want to do Zoom parties in the evening or themed group, it doesn't matter. Think outside the box and get excited about your group. And if you're like me, I like variety. I don't want to do the same thing every single month. Change it up. If you are bored, I promise you, your group is also bored. And nobody's getting results if everybody's bored. Okay? Okay, the last thing I want to say about getting them results is a humongous shift that I made in my challenge group at the beginning of this year. It was scary as all get out. And kind of going back to being authentic and following your gut and all of those things, I can remember when I very first started, people talked about having people purchase the performance stack or Shakeology every single month to stay in your group. And I just felt so conflicted about that. Like, I don't feel good about that when I have conversation. Like, I wouldn't pay over $100 to do this. Like, that's expensive. Like, I can't afford that. Why am I going to be asking other people to afford that? And that just did not sit well with me. You guys, I am almost 4 years into my business, and this is the first time that I have ever required a purchase for my challenge group, but it has changed everything. Okay. So what I've always done, well, take that back. When I first started, I did have specific groups where we did a program together. After 4 years, my group is huge. And guess what? Everybody started doing their own things and nobody was connecting. Nobody, not even me. I was doing programs by myself and it sucked, especially through pregnancy, because I felt like I had to do things differently than them because I couldn't do MBF, for example, when it came out. I was big and pregnant. I was always on my own. It is hard to stay committed and stay excited when nobody is doing a program with you. So in 2021, I made it my goal. I said, we are doing programs together this year. We're doing that, okay? So I went live in my group. I explained everything. I had over 200 girls in there. I was like shaking like a leaf before I did it because I was like, they're going to hate me. Like, this is not what they signed up for. Like, nobody's going to want to do this. 9-week control freak was the first time I did it. They had to make a purchase of any kind or obviously get a 9-week control freak bundle. Obviously, they had to buy 9-week control freak. So we had a separate group. You guys, the results that came out of this group are mind-boggling. It was the first time I had done a program with an entire group in a long time, over a year. Everybody got killer results. Everybody was excited. And guess what? When I said we have a new paid group with MBF, guess what? The group grew. So all of a sudden, guess what else is growing? My income. Because people are having to purchase to get in. Now, I do want to mention, I still feel very uncomfortable with forcing people to buy Shakeology or the performance stack because I think that's a little much. So I tell them, whatever you want to purchase, I don't care. Just something. It doesn't matter. And I gave them a little screenshot that says, here's the discount price. Here is the retail price. So guess what? I'm also getting discount coaches because they're like, dang, I can pay like $39 for Energize instead of, I don't even know what it is for regular people. So they want to be discount coaches and everybody is purchasing to get in because they see the power of being in a group. I think I have 30 people in my MBF group and every single one of them made a purchase to get in. Hello, commission. Hello, accountability for those girls because they've invested again to get into my group. And you know why they did? Because they hear and see the girls from last month. They are hearing from the 9-week control free girls. Those girls are like commenting on stuff on my Instagram, like so excited to get back into a program together that we've created something. We've created this atmosphere that people don't want to leave. People will invest when they know that they're going to get something out of it. And guess what? When I go on Instagram now and I talk about my group, I'm excited as all get out because it's the best group I've done in a long time. I was able to share more before and afters than maybe ever in the last week or two because people were finishing a program together and all of us got results. It was amazing. Getting people results, after getting yourself results, getting people results and showing that on your Instagram or Facebook or wherever it is that you share your business, that is what's going to convert people from talkers to doers. Because they're going to see not only is this girl getting results, but she's helping other people get results too. Like, what if she could help me get results? And then the question is, I always like to do like, I'll share somebody's results and I do a poll. Not like, do you want to be in my next group? It'll be like, go Sarah, or like go Sarah or yay Sarah. Do you know how many people vote on that poll? And if they vote go Sarah or yay Sarah, I'm in their inbox and saying, hey, I saw that you saw Sarah's results. We're starting a new program in a week. Do you want to do that and get results with us? I get so many results or so many votes every single time I do a poll like that. I don't care how they vote. I care that they engage. When somebody engages with my stuff, that is my green light. I'm getting into your inbox because you're watching, you're engaging. I like to think of creative ways to get people to engage with me, so my invite always feels warm. Always. Okay? Share the results that people are getting in your challenge group. And if people are not getting results in your challenge group, you need to stop and ask yourself why. And maybe even ask them. Do a form. Send out a form and say, what needs to change? What do you need help with? What would you love to see in here? Do you want more live videos? Do you want Zoom chats? Like, what do you want? And figure out how to have that fire community in your challenge group, because that, you have no idea how the lack of energy in your challenge groups seriously impacts how you come across on Instagram. And you have no idea how, when you're loving and obsessed with your challenge group, how that energy changes when you get onto your Instagram. It's insane. It's amazing because you're excited to get people into that community because you know what it can do for them. So get people results. Okay, how I've hit Success Club 44 times. Number one, always have a plan before the month starts. If you are starting April 1st and you're like, I don't know what program I'm doing, I don't know what day it starts, you are going to screw up and your month is going to suck. You're not going to hit Success Club. You have to know what you're doing and you have to get that date out there. You have to be talking about your program. Number two, talk about your groups every single day. You should feel like a broken record. You just should. The same people are not watching your story every single day. They say that somebody has to hear the same thing like 7 to 8 times before it ever sinks in. Talk about it every day. If you don't feel like a broken record, they probably don't know what the heck you're talking about because they haven't heard it enough times. Keep talking about it over and over and over again. Be excited, have energy. I cannot tell you the number of times, actually just today, I bought new makeup from a girl online, okay? I knew several people who were selling the same exact makeup. There was one girl that I wanted to support, wanted to go with it every single time she got on her story to talk about. She's like, so I have my makeup. I'll put it here. Like, no energy whatsoever. I'm like, I don't want to work with that person. Like, I want to work with somebody who's excited. And I found this girl. You're not going to believe this. Well, you might believe this. I was scrolling reels. Just scrolling reels. And I saw this girl. She had the cutest reel putting on her makeup. I'm like, yes, that is who I want to support. So I went to her page. I bought makeup from her, you guys, because I saw her on a reel. What the heck? Like, energy and passion and consistency. Because guess what? Okay, I feel like this is so important. The next thing I did was I looked at her page. Like, has she been doing this for a while? Is she going to quit? Like, that's seriously what I was thinking. Like, I want to work with somebody who's going to help me with my makeup long term. People are doing the same thing to us. They see your reel, they see your energy, they're coming to your page and like, how long has this girl been doing this? 4 years? Like, what? It matters. It matters that you're energetic. It matters that you're excited. It matters that you show up. It matters that you are building trust with people every single day on your Instagram, okay? And then make your social media you-centered. And I don't mean you, I mean them. And I chose the word you because you need to write like you're talking to somebody. You need to talk like you're talking to somebody. If you keep saying, hey guys, hey y'all, hey everybody, nobody's gonna feel like you're talking to them. When you're writing posts, when you're talking in your story, use the word you. When people watch your story, they need to feel like you're talking to them. It makes a really big difference. And I've caught myself, like, I have to intentionally do that. Make sure I'm writing posts as if I'm talking to one person, because when they read it, it hits differently. Whenever you feel like somebody's talking to everybody versus you read it and you're like, oh my gosh, she's talking to me. It makes a ginormous difference, okay? And then the last two kind of go together is lead with what you need. And I talked about this earlier. You just have to be so authentic to your journey. So authentic. I can't tell you how important that is. If you need to clean up your nutrition and that's what's holding back your personal results, start a nutrition group. Hold yourself accountable. If you need to slow down and your body needs a little bit of a break, do a yoga group. If you need something just fun and you need to let loose, do one of the dance groups. If you're ready to go all in and get awesome results, do MBF. Lead with what you need. You cannot just follow the crowd and expect to get results, because guess what? It truly doesn't matter if you're not excited about it. If you're not excited about it, you're not hitting Success Club. So don't think that you need to be pressured into doing a launch or doing a program that you don't want to do. You are running a business. You want to make money. You want to get results. And just following the crowd and doing every launch that comes out just because you feel like you have to doesn't make sense. There will be times where you feel like you have to do that, and I just want to give you permission. You don't. You just don't have to do that. Lead with what you need. And then be consistent, okay? You have to show up. You have to consistently get results. You have to consistently help other people get results. You have to consistently post on social media. You have to consistently be in a growth mindset. I cannot overstate the importance of being consistent. You cannot skip that ever. It doesn't matter what you do if you're in 1 week and out the next, or if you have 1 foot in, 1 foot out all the time. I can talk about this because I assume the girl on my team is never going to see this. At least I hope she's not. But I swear to you, every other week I get a message from her that's like, I don't know. This is so hard. I can't do this. I don't even know what I want. I'm like, you have to be in or out. If you want to quit, fine, quit. But you're never going to see success being hot for 2 weeks and being cold for a week. Like that, I don't really care what you do because I'm going to be here. I want you to stay, but you cannot be hot and cold in this business. You can't. You won't see success that way. You have to be all in or out. And that does not mean that you have to want to do this full time. That does not mean that at all. But you do have to be consistent. You just do. Okay? Okay, a couple tips of hitting Success Club in a pinch, because we all get there, is number one, check upcoming subscriptions and explain the benefits to those people. You can get on your Coach Back office. You can see everybody who has an upcoming BOD subscription for this month. Reach out to them, say, hey, your BOD subscription is coming out on the 15th. Either you can renew it and it's $99, or you cancel, get a new challenge pack and it's $160. And most of the time, especially those people in my challenge group, they get a new challenge pack almost every single time because they know the value of working with me. They love Shakeology. They love pre and post workout. Why would they not do that? That is one of the best ways to get Success Club points each month, okay? Number two, obviously follow up like a mad woman. You're gonna check what the first thing I do is I go back to this month and I look at the people I've had conversations with, and the people who have not committed, that's where I'm starting with my follow-ups. Then guess what? It's in my notes. I'm scrolling back to last month. I'm gonna follow up with those people. Guess what? Then I keep scrolling and I follow up with those people. The list is never ending. You keep following up with those people. And one of my favorite follow-up messages is just, hey, I know you had interest last month. It wasn't a great time. We're starting a new program on the 20th or whatever. Do you want to do that one with us? Make it short and sweet. Please don't overthink whenever you message people. Just be normal. Talk to them like you would your best friend. I promise you, it always ends up going better when you do that. And then my last trick, this is like, if you see me throwing out an incentive to sign up, I am struggling to hit Success Club, but sometimes it just works. I did a BFF sale one time when I was doing, this was before the actual BFF thing that came out, but I was like, I am struggling to hit Success Club. I've got to do something. And my BFF sale was, when you and a friend sign up, you're both going to get free Energize from me. And it worked. Within like 24 hours, I had 2 girls that came to me and they signed up. Boom, Success Club 4. To get that deal, 2 of them had to sign up together. It was a pair of sisters. They did it, and I hit Success Club 4 and 24 hours, and they both got energized, and it was really simple. Okay, you could also do Starbucks gift cards. That's one of my favorites because it takes no thought, no effort. You can just email the gift card, and $5 is enough. Okay, people like they're not expecting a $50 incentive to sign up. They really don't care. And sometimes for those people who have been on the fence, they're like, dang, right now is a good time because I can get Starbucks and sign up with her like I've already been wanting to do. So that's my last ditch effort always. Okay. This is the last like huge shift in my business in 2021. And I have to tell you that I suck at it and I'm trying to get better. Even when you're giving your all, I hope you're giving your all, to resting too. And I think it is so important, you guys, that we take a step back, that we have days off, that we unplug, because it's from your rest that you get creative. It's from your rest that you get your inspiration. It's from your rest that you are revitalized and rejuvenated to work again the next day. I don't care when you do it, but once a week. And I'm telling you, I'm so bad at this. Mine is supposed to be on Sundays, but I always think God rested. Who the heck am I to think that I am not supposed to rest? Like, we were not made to work 7 days a week all the time. There are seasons in your business that you're probably going to push a little bit harder than others, but every season there is room for rest. And you need to rest totally and enjoy your rest. And I promise you, you will work better when you do rest. It is so important. I actually have a book that I want to recommend, but I haven't started, but I know it's really good. I need to start it. And honestly, the reason I haven't is because I know I will be forced to change. It's called 24/6. It's the power of unplugging 1 day a week. And I know it's going to be amazing. But like I said, I know that the second I read it, I'm going to have to be like super disciplined and start taking rest seriously. And the reason I'm telling you this is because I know the importance. And I want to implement this as well. We will burn out if we work all the time. We will burn out if we're always on our phones. And I know we're all here to help people. We cannot help people if we are not taking the day to not work. Pick a day, do it. People are going to be there the next day, I promise. And people are so understanding always when you set boundaries in your business. And then the last thing is just have fun, you guys. You can't do this business and not enjoy it. And I know there's this thought that like, okay, I'm going to get to diamond and then like it's going to be awesome. Or I'm going to get to 2-star and then it's going to be awesome. Oh, I'm going to get to 5-star and then it's going to be awesome. And it's always grabbing for the next thing. But guess what? The work never changes. I'm a 5-star elite coach and I'm still doing the same work you're doing. We are doing the same things. We're all doing the vital behaviors. If you are not enjoying the vital behavior, you are also not going to enjoy being 5-star elite or 10-star elite or whatever it is. You have to enjoy the work. Find a way to have fun and enjoy your job every single day, because ultimately, if you're not enjoying it, you're not going to help people. There's no way you will help people if you're not having fun in this business. So that is all I have. Hit me with your questions. I saw the chat blowing up. I don't know if there were questions or what was going on. Okay, I actually do see a question there. When you choose a program for your challenge group that lasts 6 to 9 weeks, how do you manage newbies who start after the start date? Do you have them jump in and join the same program? So I'm actually figuring that out right now. This last time when we were doing 9-week control freak, I started a separate group on 21 Day Fix and I hated it because I could not, I don't know, it just didn't go well. So I am still working through that. But my thought is the next time that happens, I'm going to do a text group for newbies or a Marco Polo group for newbies where I'm really intentional with them. The problem was, and I haven't done this in forever, it was a group of newbies. So they didn't even know how to do it. Like they weren't engaged, they weren't posting. They need the example of people who have been there for a while. So it was a total flop and I hated it.
No questions? Anything else? Type now or forever hold your peace. Paige, that was amazing. Like, so good. I think a question's coming in. But I just want to thank you. But do you
have certain groups for coaches? Do you mean new coaches or my coaches? My coaches, new coaches. I see a yes, but I don't know which one you're talking about. You can unmute yourself. You can talk. I don't know where you are. New coaches. Okay, so yet again, I feel like 2021 is a year of transition for me. Last year, what was working stopped working. And that's like the way this business goes. I was doing Facebook groups. They were 4 weeks long, and it was like scheduled posts. It was like bam, bam, bam. And people were hitting Success Club. It was going really well. But at the end of the year, it didn't work anymore. So currently for new coaches, I'm working on an Instagram that is just for my people. And I have highlights with all the important stuff. My highlights have like the 4 vital behaviors, how to hit Success Club, what Success Club is, all the things they need to know, and it's just there. And then whenever my mentorship starts, then it's going to be live videos and stories on my Instagram. This is brand new. I'm still working on it, so I can't report whether or not it works well. All I know is Facebook stopped working for me, so I knew I had to make a shift with the way I was training new coaches. But to be honest, the best thing you can do with a new coach is to love on them, build connection with them, and just make sure that you're building like a real, like solid relationship, and make sure they know that it is their responsibility to come to you. It is not your responsibility to make new coaches successful. It's just not. You do your best, you mentor them, you have the resources for them, but they've got to take it and run.
I feel like there was so many nuggets. Like, I feel like I'm gonna rewatch this one every month to give me that Success Club fire. Thank you for putting it in a way I've never heard before. I think we can all agree. So just thank you so much for coming in. What's funny, our team calls are Saturday morning at 8 a.m. and we're a Sunday evening.
We used to be Sunday evening, and then I was like, I want to switch and see how this goes.
Love it. Well, I gave you guys in the chat is Paige's Instagram. Watch her. She's bold the same way she talked tonight. She's that same way. She inspires me constantly in this business since we've met. So again, Paige, you rock. Thank you so much. Okay. Yeah, Paige, you can head on out. We have to do our recognition. So
sounds good. Thanks for having me, guys.
Paige. Okay, a couple of things. We'll do recognition here in just a second. On Tuesday, I'm gonna say pumpkin size. Salted Caramel Shakeology is launching on Tuesday. If you tried it last year, I feel like it was like kind of 50-50. Some people were like, this is the best ever. And some were like, you know, the finish of it is something just feels a little off. I feel like it tastes exactly like salted caramel does. It wasn't my most favorite flavor, but they've reported they've changed the formula, and people that have tried the new formula say that it is so good. The finish is smoother. Y'all, last year it sold out in like 12 hours. It went so fast. We have no idea. They literally cannot predict how fast it's going to go this year. If there's going to be more, we just want you to order a box or two or more as soon as it comes out. Otherwise, you're going to miss your chance. I always order multiple boxes so that I have some for myself. And then I love to send new challengers those seasonal flavors of Shakeology, the different flavors of Energize, so that then I have people from this last year who want to order salted caramel already because I sent them a packet last year. So it's another investment that you make in your business, and you can write it off on your taxes if you're planning on giving those away as samples. Last other announcement is no, we're not going to have a team call next Sunday, and normally we would have a marketing plan call next Saturday morning. With my schedule this week and this weekend, I can't do it, so trying something new, and we're going to break it into 4 different calls that are shorter. Some will be a little bit of training, and then some will be like work sessions the whole time. So Angela made a reminder post about it the other day, but all the information is in the events tab page for in Team VIP. All of the recordings will be uploaded to the exact same playlist. So you just need that YouTube playlist link, but they're gonna be at 7 p.m. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday this week. And hope that, especially with everything that Paige said, that this will be really helpful for you, bringing you some clarity, confidence, and effectiveness to your social media. It's not just for the month of April. You can apply all of it right away. Okay, I will share my screen, and congrats to Erin Marquise, who's leading our team in Success Club points so far this month. She's at Success Club 16. And then myself, Jen, and Laura, and Danielle have all locked in Success Club 10. Angela and Lindell are at Success Club 8. And then Erica, Kristen, Christina, Shauna, and Caitlin are all at have also locked in Success Club 5. Lots of people on the board. And then looks like Leah has also locked in Success Club 5. Take everything that Paige went over. You can apply it into your business this week. And I am telling you, honest to goodness, if every night this week you have to choose between showing up to the marketing plan call I'm doing or working a power hour instead, show up to the marketing plan call. I have every single person that's joined, every single successful point that I have earned since December have all been people that have reached out to me because of changes that I've made in my social media, and I'm sharing it with you. So if you have to choose between one of the two because your schedule, show up to those calls. I promise you it's jam-packed with value, and it will make a huge impact in your business. And it looks like no new emeralds this week. All right, guys, have an awesome week. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your night. Bye.